Good evening, South Africa. Tonight we're discussing one of the most emotional and explosive testimonies at the Madlanga Commission so far. IPID investigator Nomsa Masuku didn't just defend her investigation, she revealed something far more serious. There have been threats, attempted hits, even my son being shot, and internal challenges while investigating law enforcement officers. And at the center of it all, allegations of murder, missing police records, disputed delays, and now DNA evidence. The question tonight is simple. Was IPID slow, or was IPID being thorough in the face of intimidation? Welcome to Policing Power SA. Let's start with what shocked the Commission and the country. Nomsa Masuku told commissioners she lives under daily threats. I must further reveal that my car was shot at, and as a result, my son is now wheelchair-bound. There were also alleged plans to hire a hitman against me. I was warned internally by the department to carry a firearm.
Nomsa Masuku made a powerful statement saying, "People see delays, but they don't see the danger behind those delays." If South Africa sees delays, it is because it's not easy. We investigate law enforcement officers. South Africa, this is a serious allegation because it suggests systemic intimidation of IPID investigators.
Let's pause here. IPID is supposed to be independent, but if investigators require static protection at their homes and no mobile protection while working, that raises a governance question.
The substance of the delay were the following issues as raised by IPID Nomsa Masuku. There were no official police records of the operations. There was no occurrence book entry. There was no proper documentation of search warrants, and the officers allegedly took instructions from a private individual. And lastly, there was no record of truck impoundment. So if the officers were acting officially, there should be paperwork. If there's no paperwork, that becomes evidence of possible criminality. That was Masuku's argument.
This is where today's presentation became critical. We found out that in 2022, DNA was collected from the scene. It was tested but did not match anyone in the SAPS database, but it was kept as a control sample. Let us be clear, the Commission was careful not to go into details to avoid compromising the criminal trial. But the implication is huge. A forensic comparison produced a match.
And that may explain the timing, because arrests made in 2022 without forensic backing could have collapsed in court. Now we realize that Masuku's defense was clear. Arrest must follow full investigation, not precede it. She referenced Section 40 of the Criminal Procedure Act that says the reasonable suspicion must be based on objective facts. The question was why no arrest was made earlier. This is where the debate intensifies. Critics were saying the delay was too long. Suspects died before they were arrested. Justice delayed is justice denied. Masuku's response was that if we arrest prematurely, that would have weakened the prosecution. Yes, we had 12 suspects. Unfortunately, 4 have since died before they were arrested. We now have the docket ready for trial.
That's a painful trade-off, delay to secure conviction versus speed to satisfy public pressure. And we must remember, once arrests are made, the trial clock starts ticking. If the investigation is incomplete, postponements pile up, witnesses disappear, and cases collapse.
Masuku confirmed this. On the 4th of February 2026, a full report was submitted to the Director of Public Prosecutions. Criminal prosecution is recommended against 12 suspects. Negative disciplinary recommendations have been sent to Ekurhuleni. Regarding EMPD members, the docket is complete. The decision now rests with the NPA.
So at this stage, IPID says, we've done our work, now it's the NPA's move. Now let's zoom out. This testimony raises major structural issues. Is IPID adequately resourced? Should IPID investigators receive automatic protection? How independent can oversight bodies be when investigating armed state actors? Should forensic backlogs be reformed nationally?
And here's the uncomfortable truth. If investigators fear retaliation and oversight weakens, if oversight weakens, then democracy weakens.
The truth is that the Madlanga Commission is fact-finding. A court of South Africa will decide the guilt or innocence verdict. But from a governance perspective, the lack of official SAPS entry is alarming. Taking instructions from private individuals, if proven, is serious. DNA evidence emerging 4 years later explains the delay, but also exposes forensic turnaround challenges. This case may become a test case for IPID operational independence, forensic system reform, and accountability culture in law enforcement. Tonight was not just about forensic reports. It was about courage. An investigator who says her son was shot and she continued working. South Africa must decide, do we protect the people who protect accountability?
We will continue tracking the DPP decision, the disciplinary process, and any arrests that follow. This story is far from over.
If you believe oversight bodies must be strengthened, comment below. If you believe arrests should have happened earlier, comment below. Let's have a respectful debate. Subscribe to Policing Power SA, where power is questioned.